Oh, it's all good. We don't need volume. What's up? Fuck, eh? Damn. Shit's going down. Hope I have some facts, not all this hearsay. Really, there's not a whole lot to be said. Blade doesn't have the benefit of the doubt, really, from anyone, and I think that's obvious. Neither does Gucci's. It's a fucking mess. It's a goddamn mess. I'm not sure how anyone is supposed to really come out on a side right now. That's just not how these types of things go. Neither of them have benefit of the doubt whatsoever. Whether or not there's going to be anything conclusive from an investigation, personally, I don't think the cops are going to look into Discord at all. They don't have time for that. Gucci's is a mentally ill weirdo who needs to be kicked. Mentally ill weirdos on IP Live. Surprised? To be honest, I didn't think this would happen. If anybody is going to press charges against Blade, how the fuck is it Gucci's? There is no evidence. There's not going to be any DNA. DNA that will be found will be highly circumstantial. They've all been all over that fucking RV for days. There isn't going to be any DNA inside of Gucci's, even if something did happen. At this point, it's more than likely going to be circumstantial. That's not to say it can't go to court on circumstantial evidence. That'll be up to the prosecutors and Gucci's, all of which is all going to be forgotten about because it's going to take a month or two for this to even get addressed by the police. Voldesad. So, there's not a whole lot to be said, to be honest. Do we give Blade the benefit of the doubt? No. Is he a serial groper? Yes. Does he make edgy jokes? Yes. Does everybody in the fucking community make edgy jokes at all times? Kind of. I just think that the edgy jokes kind of go hand in hand with some of the video evidence. The video evidence is damning. Blade doesn't sleep anywhere but on a couch in full view for weeks on both RVs. And now suddenly he's interested in going, like, he fucking made his own bed, man. That's highly circumstantial evidence against Blade that should be investigated. But the onus was on Goo to deal with it. Right off the hop, the onus was on Gucci's to get it dealt with and go see whoever she wanted to see, go see the police and get a legit rape kit done. Otherwise, there's not much that can be done other than video evidence, and that's not necessarily going to hold up in court. However, Blade's history is not going to be in favor of anything. No, there's no mods. Fuck mods. Who needs mods? Spam all you want. Censorship free. I appreciate everybody for subbing and showing your support on the videos. Like Voldesad said, there should be documentation going on of this community because the Reddit is a little too autistic to really remember. Like, what's going to happen in a month when this actually all happens? Is anybody even going to remember? Are they going to be on to RV6? Life happens fast on IP2. Life happens fast in live streaming. Thoughts on Kimberly being a streamer now? I think it's hilarious that it was called it's Paul's MO, right? Hey, and just imagine what that conversation is like off stream. Hey, do you know how much money you can earn from doing this stuff? Do you know how much money they'll give you? And you know, he's probably got some nice lines that he feeds these people that are you know, who doesn't like money? All right. Surprise mofo, what's up, bro? We'll deal with this. Thank you, Clout. Do more EBZ videos. So, I mean, yes, whether or not it was actually planned from Paul from the hop, or whether or not, there's other extenuating circumstances. Yeah, I'll time out spammers. Otherwise, not really interested in censoring, and I don't have any mods, nor am I going to be modding anybody. Unless Dread is in here, I'll mod Dread. That's it. So obviously, it is part of this community to shitpost. That's just a given. You can't avoid shitposting in the community. You can't avoid narratives being developed in the community. That's just the way it is. While there's been egregious offenses in the past with Paul and sexualizing minors and what have you, nothing's really gone this far. And this community loves edgy shit. We love edgy IRL. So, and it's dying. Gucci's is a clout chaser and a hoe. I don't think she's chasing clout. I think she's disturbed. I think she's got some limitations, and I have very little doubt that there's a Discord agenda being played out. And it's funny because all it's doing is causing more trauma on Gucci's, while these Discord swatters get their rocks off through her and causing her more trauma. So if they actually cared about her, you would think that there wouldn't be as much of a narrative, but these are people that you can't really trust to care about anything. Yes, they should ditch Blade. They should disassociate from Blade until this blows over. That's kind of... Blade should duck out on his own. He shouldn't try to come back on the RV. Should get his phone sorted out. He should make a response and address most of this. But at the same time, I get his perspective, and there comes a point, especially at Blade's level, he can't really address anything because it doesn't fucking matter. There's the agenda is going to be spewed. They don't need Blade for content. Blade's content is going to dry up. I've said that in my videos. I don't know. You can't go and say the things Blade says over the years, literally, about whores and grope and rape and whatever, and then expect people to not call you out when you do behavior that is uncharacteristic of you. When did he ever try to get into a bed because he was tired? Casey put that man through shit every night for days and days and days, and he still didn't complain or say, I need a bed. None of that happened. It's just too ironic. Whether or not there was actually an offense committed in that bed is probably going to die with the case. Blade should face the music. Blade is simply mentally deranged alcoholic. They're all mentally deranged alcoholics. Blade, he said to Bone that he was killing himself and bringing everyone down with him, and it was fucked up. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Blade needs help. Blade doesn't need enabling and encouragement. But that's... Right now, he needs to enable that, because what the fuck else does he have? He's not going to go back to making Call of Duty videos. You guys would dislike into oblivion and what have you. They should all go home. It's really messed up. I don't necessarily think they should all go home. I think Gucci's and Blade should be exempt, and they have their own shit to go sort out now, and bringing them around and whether Boneclink's taking sides and flip-flopping on the first few days he was nothing happened and supporting Blade, and now he's saying fuck Blade. That should have happened right from the get. It shouldn't have been a side taking thing. It should have been just a neutral I don't know what's going on, bro. This, leave it up to the police. Leave it up to Gucci's. The fact that Gucci's for days said nothing happened and continued that narrative and then flip-flopped on that. The fact that Gucci's has done so many shady shit on stream, over-sexualized, baiting and what have you. Blade's an alcoholic. Blade's a diabetic alcoholic that's incredibly physically unhealthy. Gucci's, on the other hand, while she probably has a clean bill of health, I think Gucci's is the most mentally unstable one there. Bone Clinks is like your voice of reason, rationale. Bjorn is Bjorn. It's a tough situation for somebody like Bjorn and somebody like Bone Clinks to be in, to take sides and then have a whole community like ready to, light the pitchforks on fire and go bust down your door. Blade is pretty boring when he's not drunk and spewing hatred from his mouth. So if that's content, IRL has really changed from, baiting EBZ into anything that triggers him. I don't really watch EBZ. I don't really find it funny. It's far too predictable. The Gaith stuff is gold. It's great. It's great to see the memes. It's great to see EBZ get triggered, but I'll watch EBZ from clips. I don't need to watch EBZ to have him whatever. So IRL is struggling right now. I mean, earlier on today, well, even right now, Mando went live and he was like, holy fuck, I've got 400 people. You guys are really starving for content. Effort is an issue. Blade goes live. Blade drinks when he streams and he streams when he drinks. And he does belligerent shit when he drinks. But that's only going to go so far. RV trips are great, but they need events. They need somebody to be taking the reins. Casey might. It's hard to say. Sam's the biggest streamer on IP Live right now, and that's actually a lot higher than it typically is. Oh, he's probably got phase normies. Because Sam's viewership has really, really dwindled. Ganville doesn't win, man. Ganville's an angry little man. In his home, spending all of his time trying to harass and Ganville's evil and sad. And he's really not happy with his life. I don't even know the guy. I just know what he's. Blade is innocent until proven guilty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NA and most of the world. There is highly circumstantial damning evidence to the contrary, saying that it could be very. It's not a far extension to say that Blade might have done something. But there's no conclusive proof whatsoever. No conclusive proof. Blade is a groper confirmed, but saying he's masterminding this allegation is also pretty out there. I'm not saying Ganville's masterminding anything. I'm saying Ganville and his whole little DX crew are taking responsibility for this. They're claiming responsibility for this via Bone Clinks' TTS. And whether or not that's just a meme and whether or not that's just convenient, it also fits, just like Blade groping Gucci's fits Blade's MO. Ganville orchestrating this and using Gucci's lack of mental capacity to navigate this also fits Ganville's MO. So yeah, Ganville's loving life right now, but this is probably about it. This and whoever else he's going to choose to attack this year on the internet and be an e-terrorist. That's about all Ganville's got going for him right now, in my opinion. I don't know anything of him other than the toxic shit. Appreciate you, Clout Gangster. The mistake. Yeah, you can put anyone's name in the dono bar. That's also true. And IP2 is good at baiting things, making things, the timing is convenient. So that's a very good point. Somebody could have very easily. I'm so confused about the situation just because Gochi says some pretty weird stuff. They've all said some really weird shit. The thing that really I'm struggling to get around is Blade's inconsistencies in his behavior. Closing the, Blade doesn't fucking care about anything. He'll sleep anywhere, half passed out. Why is he closing the door? He slept with lights on. Like, I can't think of any reason why he would consistently try and close that door. I can't think of any fucking grown-ass man that would say, hey, can I go have sex with that passed out girl on stream? And then go sleep in the bed with her and close the door repetitively. Like, you gotta be stupid, or you've gotta be baiting the fuck out of donos, or you've gotta... I don't know, man. In his drunken state, I don't understand how that can compute at all. Am I missing donos? Are you guys donating Streamlabs? Am I just missing them? I can't see them in my Streamlabs. I apologize if it's not, alerts aren't working. I tried to set it up. I stream cryptocurrency stuff, so I had to change all my Streamlabs over. So I guess I'm trying to see it. Yeah, I'm seeing super chat, but I'm assuming because I'm seeing enough super chats, people are also doing Streamlabs that I'm missing. He was drunk. I'm surprised cheese. Hey, Dread, what's up? All right, we've got our first mod, everyone. Dread Pirate Roberts, everyone. I ain't gay, Hampton Fred, dude. Blade was intoxicated, just not... No, and that's the other thing, is he wasn't even drunk. So perhaps that could also explain why he wanted the bed, and it was uncharacteristic of him, because he was sober. And how often do we see sober Blade? IP2 ran the narrative that he intended on not drinking so that he could do that. I think that's a stretch. Alt Universe, what's up, man? Corinne Lauren Gucci's in 1 month. That's the thing, is it doesn't look very good, man. It doesn't look very good at all for Blade. However, legally, fuck if they're gonna even have anything. Nate probably doesn't have the third camera recorded because it was not on screen, and Streamlabs isn't gonna record it unless he switches to it. It's not gonna be recorded unless he was, third party recording it. But if there's no DNA and there's no conclusive evidence other than circumstantial, Gucci's would have to fucking testify. Holy shit. That would be wild. So would Bone, so would everybody else, and it would be down to the judge or jury. SJC is totally stalking hard on you. Tell him to come to Canada. What's up, bro? Fight me. Kick the shit out of SJC and have a good time doing it. I'd take the mace. SJC is the biggest piece of shit in this entire community, in my opinion. I don't know. Who else would be bad? Ski Mask Andy hasn't really done anything. SJC is a not very well liked IRL. He has his family. So I couldn't see SJC being respected by anybody with a net worth. Let's just put it that way. I don't mind Sam. I've never had anything against Sam. Sam's the only fucking one. It's too goddamn bad the community doesn't like Sam, because Sam is the only one at this point, other than Casey, maybe, but that's yet to be seen, that can actually do what Paul did in regards to effort, in regards to recognizing the fucking opportunity of a starving community. Demon Andy's cool. Demon Andy's always put in the work. I got nothing against Demon. I don't have anything against Sam. He's annoying. His voice is annoying. I'm not a big fan of his content. I don't watch his content. The only video of Sam's I've watched is when he went with what's his face. They did an IRL stream. Danny Mullen. And Danny is a good one that would be pretty good. What's up, Jalen? Yeah, some shit went down in the community, so I decided to go on here. Mexican Andy is the definition of leech, in my opinion. Landon Obvious. Blade admitted to jerking off on the sheets and realized the cop took all the sheets. He admitted on stream. Yeah, that's sketchy and odd. Blade's contradicted himself a ridiculous amount with the I'm a virgin, I'm not a virgin, and I've never done drugs. Jalen. Alright. There we go, guys. You guys were asking for mods. We've got a couple mods going on now. 0.5k Andy. Desktop Andy. Sam does stream on DLive. He's kind of multi-platforming right now, I guess. I don't know. I don't watch Sam. I watched Sam and Andy go to the Antifa rally. Mod me, mod me, mod me. SJC watching you strike him? Nah, bro. YouTube changed their copyright policy very recently, so a lot of those false strikes... they're like a bannable offense now. So I haven't been touched. My shit's transformative, homie. It's fair use. Mod time. Everybody gets mod. Has to deal with DLive. He has to stream a certain amount of hours. Oh. That's unfortunate. You know, when you're putting in the minimum amount of hours, Live Me, for example, shows a real lack of effort. Sam's getting a little jump in viewers now. I wonder how many of those are FaZe normies. The RV trip does suck. The RV trip was weak. What's everyone's highlight for Casey's RV trip? Bjorn jumping into the fucking water yelling Horseshoe Bay was... That had me laughing. Mexican Andy smashing his face at that car wash had me laughing. The first two, all of Ice's RV trips were phenomenal. For anyone that... Leo Torres has a nice compilation that I've actually used in one of my videos. The RV trip was great. For Casey's RV trip was good. It showed promise. However, you have to keep in mind that Ice had a super diverse and well-developed universe that made the initial RV trip good. Bjorn cheated on his wife, yeah, and then he alphaed out and told her it's going to be the exact same and I'll suck on your titties too when I get home. Or find a new husband. So she's going to get in line and just wait for him to come home. Thoughts on Susie Rottencrotch? Internet janitor that feels she has clout. The community created that universe, not Ice. Yes. However, the community didn't go out and find these people, and like Ice put his neck out. Like, fuck, I would not go in like I live in Canada, so let's take a big city, Montreal, Ottawa, or Toronto. For me to go out live streaming and like bring degenerates back to my house on the daily in order to find that cast, Ice found that cast. The community supported him in doing so. But without Ice, that universe doesn't exist. Is Ice still on Mixer? Who fucking cares? These RV trips need a permanent sober member. I feel like Ice's RV trip ironically had more stable and sober people. Ice's RV trip had more diversity in narrative. There was a well-established universe. Casey plucked these guys out of a content drought and put together a fairly decent RV trip. Thoughts on Betty? EBZ likes those ones. I don't really have any negative thoughts on Betty. I didn't really watch the stream. Like I said, I don't really watch EBZ. I pick up clips and stuff because really, he is a meme machine. And most of the things, once you understand his character, most of the things he does are pretty funny. It's just, I don't know, there's too much non-content in between the odd time he gets triggered and stuff. However, there has been a little bit of a dramatic change with EBZ in the sense that he used to ignore all the, he wasn't as trollable as he is now. But if you've also noticed, his donations are through the roof. Like, look at this shit, man. Why the fuck would I want to watch this? What the fuck is going on? Typical EBZ angles. How long have we been like this? He doesn't give a shit. He's not putting any effort in. He's not doing anything but learning that he can bait donations by getting triggered. And how often, look at that, $1,400. He set that like a couple days ago. Giddy up, EBZ. Keep going, bro. He's doing something right. You guys are donating a boatload to him. I just don't particularly find it entertaining. He doesn't really put any effort into anything but baiting donos by getting triggered, and it's a little old, I'm banned on EBZ's chat. So, I don't know. I don't know that EBZ gets chargebacks all that often. I don't really know. I don't know, man. I just, I'm trying to figure out if this is coverable. Critical deleting his video yesterday was kind of funny. Blade also said that he's going to sue everybody. Yeah, an official response video would be nice, Blade. Even a video, even if he filmed a video on the phone that he's got. Mod me, please. Yeah, sure, Zekel, you're modded, bro. Anyone else want mod? Go ahead, let me know. Critical deleted his video because he forgot to include the word alleged when discussing the potential rape of Gucci's. Who else wants mod? Giving mod away right now. Oh, fuck. Too easy. Jesus Christ. Settle down, guys. Nobody's getting modded. But I encourage the requests. So, I mean, BoneClink's going live earlier. The other thing is, if Blade... Okay, so let's go on the assumption that Blade said, can I go have sex with her? Fuck, what a guy. Can I go have sex with her? And then immediately goes back there, closes the door. If he's sober, how is he not aware that Bjorn's coming back there multiple times? But let's just assume that nothing happened, okay? Innocent. He went back there to sleep. May have fapped, but didn't touch her in any way. Which I find hard to believe if he fapped. He didn't say that he fapped while she was there. He just stated that he had fapped back there at some point. So let's assume nothing actually happened and he just went back there to sleep, which you can almost not even fucking say with a straight face. And let's assume that him saying, can I go have sex with her, moments before going back there was to be edgy. I don't know. He's obviously, much like EBZ, is getting good at getting triggered for fucking everything because it baits donos. Blade, there's a fine line between being edgy and baiting donos and actually doing something. So some of the instances in the past where Blade's been edgy and said, they all deserved it and they should be grateful to be groped by me, could be edgy, but when you get so close to an actual event or the potential for an event, it just makes no sense. He needs to get off the booze, man. And it's funny because it's not funny at all. None of this is. But over time, consistently, polluting your body with alcohol the way he has, being as unhealthy as he has, I cannot fucking imagine what he feels like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when he's not drinking. And he's not like an all-day drinker. He's a night drinker. But you can have, over a period of time, you can have some thoughts diluted. His whole life revolves around his stream and you guys paying him to continue to do this. You know, when he wakes up, I'm sure booze is not a far thought from him. He probably mopes around for several hours until he goes and gets booze and starts drinking and starts the stream. So he could be playing into the edginess in the past, saying, you know, they're all whores and they all deserve to get groped. But then you don't fucking... You have the peace of mind, and this is where alcohol, and even if he wasn't drunk, just consistent alcohol abuse over time can delude your rational ability to think. Let's just say he's innocent and everything was edgy, trying to be edgy, trying to bait donos, trying to, you know, appease and pander to Reddit. Why the fuck do you go back there? If you're, you know, it doesn't necessarily make sense, and that's why the police are opening up a case. Whether or not the cops give a shit to go into Discord and, you know, subpoena the Discord or even have that, I think they're just gonna fucking wait. This case is gonna go dead until they get DNA results. If they get DNA results, then they would potentially, you know, have a case. Otherwise, it's a waste of dollars. He doesn't care about his life. I think that's pretty obvious with what he said to Bone Clinks. He's going to drink himself to death for real, or he's going to have some sort of severe diabetic issue, heart attack. There's a plethora of medical conditions that are associated with Blade's lifestyle. Now, what would be noble of IP2, instead of just like hopping on a side and saying, you know, fuck Gucci's and we gotta support Blade, why don't, like, I don't know, you'd think that at some point a human life, or even the quality of life of one of their supposedly loved streamers is more important than content. Hampton Landon, what up, son? Fight me, don't fight me, bro. People need to relax about Blade. My dad drank more than him and lived to be 47. Shit. Jaundice. Community is starving, not James Dean. Only mod me if I aren't gay. I found out about Blade allegedly raping Gucci's. That's, you know, could I see Blade taking that colossal leap from being a groper? What is more likely is Blade might have copped a couple feels, which is still illegal, still sexual assault. But it's just the fucking clip of him, what appears to be humping. 4 thrusts, by the way. It's just fucking damning evidence, dude. With his, you know, with where we know his head is most of the time, and, you know, keep in mind he was relatively sober. I'm just coming on here to discuss with you guys. I obviously feel that this needs to be covered. I don't feel that Blade is guilty of rape. I don't think he's done himself any favors with the context of his content being mostly around rape and grope and enabling that meme and etc., etc. And whether or not that meme, you know, the first couple gropes became a self-fulfilling prophecy for him, and like he thinks that that's what the community wants. In his drunken mind, he thinks that's what's going to get him donos. He, you know, we don't know what he thinks and why this behavior is continued. He could be a creep. He could just be coaxed by the community over a period of time to be this way and this edgy. And it could just be an innocent coincidence that he went to go sleep in the bed after fucking weeks and weeks of sleeping wherever the fuck he, fell. Hanson Live episode. James Worley. Stop using big words. Sorry, bro. Always a groper, once a groper. And pissing his pants. Yeah, Blade's kind of beyond help, in my opinion. Gucci's was moving around when Bjorn came in. She wasn't sleeping. Yeah, honestly, I don't think Blade straight up raped her. I think that's a stretch. I think that would be an extreme advancement of his groping tendencies. I just don't think he's done himself any favors. And I think the police naturally feel that there might be a case here, because we all feel there might be a case here. But that's the thing, is might. And bandwagon jumpers all over Reddit are already taking sides and fucking, throwing shit at them. Do we want to see Gucci's on stream again? No. Mind you, that karaoke shit was hilarious. I showed my girlfriend that, and she was like, what the fuck? And however, it's this over sexualized content. It's one thing if she just fucks everybody, but it's another thing if she fucks everybody and then, on the 8th person she fucks. Like, I guess I'm hearing on IP2 that she ran through most of Carl II's friends, and there's some drama that hasn't been leaked with Carl II. Some shit happened between him and Gucci's because she was with him for like a week. Carl has more insight than we do as a community into Gucci's state of mind, but just from the clips that we've seen back when DJ was living with her, that's pretty much the only little bit of content. I think I might have popped into her stream once or twice before, but she was like, only use me, Blade passed out. Like, Steve Taffet said it. Blade might have done something, but I doubt they can prove it. Blade might have just not done anything, and they still aren't going to be able to prove it, that he didn't do anything. It's probably always never really going to be fully known unless the police decide to do something about it. However, if the police don't do anything about it, which if there's no DNA evidence, they're going to have to weigh out whether or not those clips have circumstantial evidence. It would be fucking hilarious if they exonerate Blade and charge Gucci's for fucking cyber crimes of some sort with Ganville and all those characters. Because I think regardless of if Blade did something, regardless of how fucked up Gucci's is, and regardless of how fucked up Blade is with his alcoholism, I think there is very little doubt that Ganville and his crew are running their own narrative through Gucci's. So that would be fucking hilarious if Blade gets exonerated and Gucci's et al., because of this Discord being deleted and any previous swatting conversations that they may have had. Because whether or not Blade decides to go to the cops, whether or not, IP2 is going to report the fuck out of this to whatever police department it is and let them all know. I bet you the police department's going to spend more time fielding emails and responses from community members than actually looking at the fucking case. Pay attention. It's hard, man. You guys are going crazy. Call Blade? No. Justice for Blade. Yeah, there's an agenda right now on unproven allegations. Good, Blade. I hope Blade's on his way to the police. He said that's good, man, because it's my point, Blade, is you didn't do yourself any favors, homie, at all, with the fucking comments just before doing that. Closing the door is out of character for you. Sleeping in a bed, for Christ's sake, is out of character for you. Not drinking is out of character. So there's a lot of extenuating circumstances that are like, that's different. So, but that does not prove guilt whatsoever. That could just be you feeding into edginess, donos, whatever. There's a variety of reasons, that only one of which is that you did it. And the others are, there's a bunch of reasons why you might be a serial groper. The groping, though, dude, like, that needs to be addressed. If you're a virgin, I feel sorry, because that sucks. And that makes more sense. But, or even just, technically, isn't an incel technically like 6 months or something? So, while I'm not saying you did it whatsoever, Blade, I'm saying more, this needs to get sorted out, and Gucci's is a bit of a liability at this point, because then nothing is proven, and everybody's innocent until proven guilty. You just didn't do yourselves any favors with months of habitual bullshittery regarding lack of respect for women. So, while Reddit is but Reddit's always been fucking quick to hop sides, dude. And you know this, and you expect this. And to be honest, so let's assume once again that nothing happened and Blade just uncharacteristically went to sleep back there after making a comment about having sex with her. And that's just coincidence. And Gucci's is blacked out. She doesn't know. So Blade gets exonerated, and Gucci still has no memory of it, regardless of what the fuck she says. If anybody saw karaoke hours before they went to the RV, there's a good chance Gucci's is blackout. Now, there's a thing with alcoholism and people that drink alcohol. Once you reach a certain level of toxicity and you black out, so your short-term memory is cut off from committing to memory, you black out easier and easier, and that's actually due to brain damage. So you can, take you 12, 15 beers to black out, and then a year later after drinking it, you're blacked out after 4, even though you're not really that drunk, and like you can make a coherent statement, you're bar hopping or whatever, but you'll have no fucking memory of it. Yeah, also, Blade, if you're going to the cop shop, man, lawyer up, please. I don't know if you have one. Please fucking lawyer up before you go. Even if you know without a shadow of a doubt you didn't do anything, there's a lot of incriminating things against you. Circumstantially, this could go to a jury and you still get fucking pegged, even if you didn't do anything. Because of your history, every woman on that goddamn jury, bro, is going to convict you for just the shit you said. So please, lawyer the fuck up, man. They can ding you on this circumstantially. The bed sheets were moving, like, fuck, man. Imagine IP2 being the jury, and that's what people think. Like, it looks bad, bro. It looks really fucking bad. Like, really, really bad. And then there's the statement of you saying, well, I jerked off back there, and like, of course they're going to have your DNA back there. She already admitted she filed a false report. I don't know about that. You can go to the police station, bro. No, I don't discourage that. Go to the cop shop. An innocent person would do that. So that is characteristic of somebody trying to clear their name. But lawyer up, bro, because there's things that you're going to feel like you're just having a goddamn conversation with you. They're going to make you feel like they're helping you out, and they're not. Do not fucking trust cops, ever, for anything. They'll fucking sleep. They will befriend you for months and establish trust just to fucking peg you. So don't think you're having a fucking conversation. Don't admit anything. You're belligerent drunk, and you say things when you're drunk because people donate money to you. That is it. If they can't prove, which it's unless they have DNA, there's not going to be. It's going to be inconclusive. I'm pretty sure. It's going to go off Gucci's statement, but she is a terrible character witness. Absolutely horrible character witness. So that's not in her favor. Unless they find DNA, it's going to be inconclusive. However, they may not find DNA, and you can go down to the cop shop and think you're just having a conversation with one of those fucking police, and they're helping you out, and and something you say, aside from the fact that what you typically say on stream, like, they deserve it, and can I have sex with her? Fuck, man. And honestly, Blade, come to Canada, bro. I will help you go into a really good program in Ottawa or anywhere, dude. You need to stop drinking. Everybody likes a success story. I would smash Gucci's raw. Yikes. No, don't flee the country. You can go down to the cop shop, but at least do a Google search for a criminal defense lawyer and call one up. Usually they have their cell phones listed. You can call them on a cell phone. Landon sounds poor. Landon is poor, homie. Landon would smash Gucci's raw. Yikes, dude. Cop shop. Oh, sorry. Canadian things, I guess. Do a quick recap. Blade, I wish you the best, bro. But I can't get behind... I can laugh at it. Also, she was saying some sketchy shit about Bjorn. Doesn't she look like that girl from Vegas? More, I know that comparison's been drawn a lot, but there more than ever, she looks like that crazy girl, that meth girl from Vegas, the Vegas stream. Like, in that one specifically. I believe Blade is innocent was just trying to be funny. Yes, that is the overall hope. I honestly hope Gucci's was already beyond fucked in the head before this RV trip. So Blade, however, is just an alcoholic, a diabetic alcoholic that baits donos by getting drunk on stream. It's not so bad. I do believe Gucci's was way farther gone, and I don't think that this is any more traumatizing than any of the other shit she's been through. If anything, Ganville and everybody on her Discord have aggravated her trauma by, pushing a narrative. And she raped Bjorn the first night. Straight up. Sexually assaulted Bjorn. So it is a little hypocritical of her. But let's just assume Blade's innocent and he gets exonerated, or it's inconclusive to the point of he's innocent. Gucci's is still fucking messed in the head. I don't think you can argue otherwise. And that's unfortunate. But, we don't know. And the police are going to be able to look into her history. She's going to have, I imagine, extensive medical history. That was consensual, yes. So rape isn't the right word. It wasn't necessarily consensual. Guys have been charged for less, where the girl said no a couple times and then she just kind of gave in to the pressure anyways, and then they get charged with rape because she said no. So, I mean, it's a fine line. It's a fine line. It wasn't a problem until people talked her into it. That's an interesting point. Why would she delete her Discord on her phone before giving it to the police unless she has something to hide? No shit. EBZ gay for Landon. Oh my god. They're not going to look into Discord. I could not agree anymore. Mexican Andy almost hit it. It was a problem. Okay, so here's the thing is, it may not have been a problem per se, as far as we're aware, for the first couple of days, but you have to understand, A, the mental condition that she was in prior to this RV trip, B, the amount of guilt and shame that is associated with it, C, she's blacked out drunk. So Obviously, she's going to say, oh, no, nothing happened, because she's not aware that anything happened. IP1 recap? Are you serious? Okay, let's go make fun of IP1 for a second. Let's go see how many upvotes the top fucking post has. 64, dude. Holy fuck, what a fall. And it's fucking Turtle Andy. Wow. Dude. This is absolutely insane. I would love to see the fucking analytics for this. Wow. Jesus Christ. 68 upvotes. There's only 3 posts from plus 12 hours ago. Wow. Just to give you guys a bit of perspective on how dead this is, look at these. Like, 1K upvotes was nothing in hours. Wow. It's actually, like, we all kind of knew it was happening slowly, and then some of us still had our doubts, like, maybe he can redeem it. But now it's like beyond a shadow of a doubt, bro. Like, we go to top in the last 24 hours, dude. The whole front page is triple digits. Mind you, granted, there's some shit going down right now. But good God, man. Fucking bruised ego Andy. IP1 is wholesome. IP2 is toxic. Welcome to IRL, bro. You can get the fuck out of my chat. Oh, is Ski Mask in here? Now he's going to put my name in the title. Toxic is such an SJW buzzword. I mean, you got it. It's for the memes, though. It's for the lols. It is toxic. It's fucking supposed to be toxic. Even your favorite wholesome streamer, Mizkif, has fucking toxic fans that make fun of everything. Welcome to live streaming, bro. Fucking grow a gator skin and learn to adapt. Dad, when you coming home? Never. Blade is live defending himself. Neg. It does take a few minutes for this to pop up. Toxicity is part of the fun, and that's why this circumstantial evidence against Blade is strictly circumstantial, and that's definitely not enough to do anything. Because it is for the lols. It's, you know, I do believe Blade's got some deep-rooted issues with females. I believe he might be sexually frustrated to a point that it manifests itself in some angry-ish behaviors. But I don't think Blade's like an actual bad guy. I actually personally don't feel Blade would fucking rape somebody. As funny as the shit that he said is in the past, as funny as Blade can be when he just fucking yells and says shit, and that soundboard that he's got that somebody made, the only Use Me Blade soundboard is fucking funny. I don't care. I grew up on IRC like 15 years ago on the internet, and racism is part of internet culture. I would be willing to bet that a good percentage of the people that post racist remarks are doing it for the memes, and a small percentage of them are like, I'm personally not racist at all, but I used to play CS 1.6 in high school like a fucking decade ago or 15 years ago. And racism was prevalent on computer games, on IRC. It was everywhere. You know, everybody did it. You know, when you got killed, it's just the way it is. So it doesn't really work in 2019 with fucking Twitch and terms of service violations and shit. But I do believe that the vast majority of Blade's offenses, aside from like the physical groping, which is inappropriate, but you've got to have context with it. Like, do you think Corinne really gives a fuck? And Corinne actually is a serial police caller. She is known to call the fucking police. No, I would not give Gucci's a warm facial. Corinne is known, like, I don't know if you guys know about Corinne, but there's a website called Kiwi Farms. Corinne Clifford, Adventures with Corinne, and it's this dude that, like, washed up, druggy debt dodger who will accept invitations to hang out at properties around Beverly Hills and then starts shrieking and calling the police when she doesn't get her way. She's a massive liability to everyone around her and fucking unbearable. If you give her money, you'll never see it again. If you do anything for her, she'll not pay you. Da 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 da. Okay? You get banned in Corinne's chat for even saying Kiwi Farms. So, if anyone's going to call the cops on Blade, it's fucking Corinne. And Corinne didn't give a shit. So that's like, you know, I don't know, man. That's like, I hate to pull a Trump thing, but like, that's like locker room type shit. Like, Corinne is going to hang out with edgy IRL dudes. She expects some shit to probably be said and go down, and she soaks it all up. How does Corinne earn her money? Who the fuck cares? Who cares? Probably sugar daddy websites, if I had to guess. No, Coco is what it's all on that website. Just search Kiwi Farms Corinne, and you'll find it. It's not hard to find. I'm surprised nobody knows about that. So, you know, Corinne goes there just, you know, it's banter with the boys. And Blade didn't do anything crazy offensive. He did reach a little extended and went for the vagina area as opposed to just kind of caressing the buttocks. And that was uncharacteristic of him. Usually it's like back cracking and like, you know, general creepiness, which could derive from being sexually frustrated for an extended period of time, kind of like incel culture. It could come from a number of things. Like it could come from fucking childhood trauma that Blade has against women. When he gets really drunk, he fucking tells them they're all whores and they all deserve it. Sounds characteristic of some sort of trauma. General grope when you're hanging around boys that, like, yeah, I don't think Corinne had an issue with it. I don't really think Corinne had an issue with it. Unless you're like full-blown SJW, like I said, you know, no. You know, Corinne, if anyone's going to call the cops. So, and like I was saying, I thought Blades used to just cracking backs and a little, you know, a little rub up against here and there. But when he reached under Corinne's and went farther in, that was a little uncharacteristic. And I was like, oh shit, he's escalating. But this rape thing is like a huge escalation. I'm not ready to fucking. I'm not ready to. I applaud Bone Clinks for going live and saying what he says. I don't applaud him for turning on Blade so quickly, but I applaud him for not taking sides. He kind of took Gucci's side, but he did go live and rationally explain, like, you know, we don't know what happened. Higher authorities are investigating this, but if something did happen, you know, Gucci's deserves to know. Whether or not, you know, Bjorn also deserves to know or deserves to get his justice. It did seem like he was taking Gucci's side. However, it also seemed like he was, you know, the wheels were turning while Ganville continued to donate and fucking dry snitch on himself. Bone Clinks was neutral in the sense that, like, if this happened, she deserves her justice. And that's true. I stand behind that. He did throw Blade under the bus a little bit and disassociate from Blade. I would have disassociated from Blade and not said it. You know, he's a piece of shit, whatever the fuck he said. I don't even think he said that. But right from the get, as soon as there were some shady clips, that's where you need to just be like, okay, Either the trip is over, or I don't know. It's a tough situation, man. Bone doesn't want to get implicated, and repeatedly saying that this RV is a crime scene does seem like he's throwing Blade under the bus. So, innocent until proven guilty, boys. Innocent until proven guilty. If Blade's going down to the fucking police station, I hope everything works out. I really do, and I hope Blade gets clarity from this situation and might just want to get sober for a little bit, because the shakes and all those things, the leg holes, they can get better. They will go away. His diabetes may never, but he can have control over that. He's quite powerless. He's pretty much at the whim of the fucking community. He goes live, he gets drunk, and he says some shit for you guys. It's all for you. This whole thing, this whole situation is for you guys. Someone tell Blade I'll pay for his attorney. There you go, Vernon. I think if you're serious about doing that, you should contact him on social media. He'll have scars. Who the fuck cares? Who doesn't have scars? Isn't there like a boomer saying where chicks dig scars or something? Vernon, message him on social media, dude. He doesn't have Twitter. Well, Blade, if you're watching, there's a random pleb in chat saying he's going to pay for your fucking attorney bills. You got to understand. Where do I hit Blade someone? Vernon. I don't know, man. Figure it out, bro. First of all, he doesn't probably need... He's got all the RV donos. Probably doesn't need your attorney, although, granted, an attorney would probably be like a 5K retainer right off the hop. Blade is not a disgusting, rotting, drunk serial groper. Blade is a drunk with health issues that might pander to a community that doesn't have his back a little too much, and got himself into a circumstantial conundrum. Thoughts on Hyphonics only doing RuneScape now? Who cares? RuneScape in 2019, and Hyphonics probably doesn't want to stream IRL or put effort into content. Hyphonics was one of the only ones that, when he did get that little HX run, was actually putting effort into his content. He was trying, but the community shit on him real fast because the cycle. So I don't think Hyphonics feels like he owes anybody anything, and he kind of fucked off and bought a house. So, do I watch RuneScape streamers? No. Did I watch Hyphonics outside of that week or two that the community wanted to prove a point to Ice? The community used Hyphonics to hurt Ice. Mind you, he benefited greatly financially and did put effort into the content, but then that hype died out, The community went back to attacking Paul. And yes, to be completely honest, he went from, he is regrowing. That's the third time. He initially grew a large audience on Twitch. He came over to YouTube, grew a large audience there, ditched both of those, and is now back up to 1K consistently, 1K Andy. So kudos to Hyphonics, and I don't necessarily blame him for not wanting to produce high effort IRL content for a community that is using him to hurt their former head of throne. Blade arrested, confirmed, not confirmed, bro. JJ Cash, you're a piece of shit and you're a little bitch. Please change your display picture. You're just a punching bag for IP2. Honestly, bro. The Internet Tough Guy Act, you and Ski Mask should get together and do IRL. That might be Ski Mask's only hope of ever retaining viewership outside of clickbaiting. Ski Mask Andy live. Hashtag Ice Poseidon. Hashtag Hampton Brandon. Hashtag Bjorn. Hashtag Only Use Me Blade. God damn, son. What the fuck? Summer of IRL, everyone. EBZ's holding it down. They just fight. They wouldn't even go live. They'd get in a fist fight first because that's how they see the world. Is they size everybody up. They get on a fucking city bus and they're looking at all the dudes like, yeah, I could take him. Yeah, I could take him if it came down to it. Yeah. EBZ the top streamer. EBZ is holding the community down right now. Ski Mask Andy can't fight. I could only imagine Ski Mask Andy can't fight. Ice told me he likes your content. I doubt that. Ice is on IP2 trying to coach Tinderella into getting a tit job for Twitch, maybe. Imagine that. That would probably be a good business decision. TBH. Any updates on Blade? Blade said he was on his way to the police station to address this. I advised him to please hire legal counsel. I don't know how much experience Blade has with police. He's handled himself well when the police have come to check the stream out. But police have a funny way of making them seem like your friend until suddenly they're not. When am I making a video on SJC? Never. I hope SJC fades out of relevancy. I hope Liquidor decides to remove him. Unfortunately, nobody gets removed. There's a lot of people that could be dropped off this. It's just the way it is. This is fun, guys. Shit. What happened to DJ? I heard DJ's at Sober Living, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. This also. There's so many things that we can't say one thing or the other. There's so much circumstantial bullshittery associated with that. And this is quite clever. Getting psychologist Jordan Peterson to briefly talk about streamer Ice Poseidon and EBZ. Hashtag deepfake, by the way. He's so shook by the memes that he's showing himself with a whale to deflect the memes into a more heterosexual direction. Don't fall for it. It's a good one, man. It's a good meme, and it's hilarious because he's so homophobic. GG, IP2, GG. No, I'm not watching anything. Who do we have after Blade? It's over, boys. That's not to say another content king can't rise up, but really, is Blade... Bjorn is putting efforts in. We have Bjorn. I don't think Blade's going anywhere. I'm even pressed to say that Blade's even going to try and get sober. So I think we're just going to have a little Blade hiatus. I don't know what the deal is with the PayPal banning, if he's able to get access to his funds, in which case he would probably have 5 figures, I'd imagine, from the last couple of weeks. 10K, 20K-ish. He can buy himself a new phone. He can fucking get to where he wants to go. Do you guys... How many... 1 in the chat if you actually think EBZ is gay. 2 in the chat if you think it's a meme and he's just getting triggered and baiting donos. I think EBZ is homophobic and has clued in that you guys love triggering. Everybody's, of course, the meme is to 1 in the chat. So if you don't 1 in the chat, you don't understand what's going on with IP2. Everybody has to put one in the chat. EBZ is gay, confirmed, end of story. Let the memes continue. I think EBZ's severely homophobic and understands that being triggered. Plus, EBZ, I've already said it in my video, I think he's got ODD. I'm not qualified to diagnose him as ODD, but I think he's got oppositional defiant disorder. If you haven't seen EBZ versus the world, oppositional IRL live streaming, and he seemed to have cleaned up his act, or he's just not going out that much. EBZ is gay for sure. He's always angry because of being in the closet. You know, there's probably, in the history of existence, there's probably EBZ's case of, you know, a man that's seemingly on surface incredibly homophobic that ends up coming out as gay. I'm sure stranger things have happened. So is it out of the possibility that EBZ's a closeted homosexual? No. It's just IP2 destiny. EBZ's probation officer. I love you guys that put the effort into. Talk about TTD, please. No. Brandon doesn't want anything to fucking do with it. Brandon's wasted potential. Let him fucking. I think it's super sad. Honestly, it's super sad to see these guys here on his subreddit like, please come back. He doesn't give a shit about you guys. You guys were just donations for him. That's it. But there's 41 people on here. Like, anytime he's like, they see somebody that even looks like him, and like, Blade said I was obsessed. These guys, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care about streaming. He's been deplatformed, but he could make the effort. He'll come back when he needs money. End of story. Him to Brandon's a dead topic. Move the fuck on. He's been in prison. Who cares, man? He doesn't give a shit. He's not streaming. That's it. I even did a TTD clip channel when he was streaming on DLive, and he was with fucking Baked Alaska and shit, and he was talking about streaming like consistently every day. I was trying to leech off of a Leortis type shit, and Brandon even messaged me, and Brandon's little sidekick messaged me and tried to get that shit going, and then he just fell off, so that's fine. I would have gladly put little clips together of his shit. Brandon's funny as fuck. There's no denying that he's content. When he's not getting arrested and what have you. Oh, God. No, I'm not showing messages. Chill out. Not streaming because he's constantly attacked by Discord. Also, Hampton wants to stream on YouTube, but he's banned. Yeah. So, I mean, whether or not he's deplatformed out of existence, or whether or not he doesn't give a fuck about any of you guys except for your donos. I am Canadian. I don't think much about Uber and King Aladdin. I don't really care. I might smell. Well, I guess I shouldn't have expected any sort of actual research to get done. I was kind of trying to find out what kind of an angle I should approach this video at. I don't think Blade is guilty. And I think there's a lot that we don't know about the Discord stuff, Gucci's pre-existing mental conditions. But this is quite the development, and honestly, it deserves covering. It just has to be done delicately. Thank you, retired farmer. Like I said, the plot twist could actually be Blade determined innocent, and Gucci's and Ganville and all those fucking Discord pedos catch a case of swatting and cyber terrorism. Time to promote gxnetwork.live. No, I will not really ever promote anything done by Mr. G. Yeah, I appreciate you, retired farmer. Anybody that donated through Streamlabs, I don't know. I probably missed it because alerts aren't working. I'm very close to Montreal. Danny Prism. Yeah, we were talking about your boyfriend, alleged boyfriend. Did she get a swab 3 days later? Yes, if not 4 days later. Perfect. Go watch Bone Clinks. If Bone's actually live, go watch Bone Clinks. Please restream Bone stream? Nah. I'll let Bone do his thing if he's actually live. Am I French Canadian? Tabarnak? Maybe. Oh, is Gucci's in chat? Tuck your tail, Goo, and run. And just wait for the police to contact you. I would get the fuck out the script. No, I'm not interested in stealing any viewers. If Bone Clinks goes live, he's probably got more relevant things to say about the matter, and that's why you guys are all here right now. No, I'm not French. I don't speak French. I'm petit peu. As soon as I said donations, Bone Clinks went live. That's a lie. We'll even go to his... Community is starving, no doubt. Alright, so I am going to cover this at some point. Yeah, he is live. Go watch Bone Clinks. I'm going to get off. Go watch Bone Clinks. I'm going to make a video on this whole thing. I'm just not sure the angle yet. That's kind of why I went live. Yeah, it takes a while for him to come on to IP Live. He'll go live for a few minutes. He's been live for a minute and a half. So go watch Bone Clinks. Please. He needs the support. He's stressed out. He's sitting on the fence, and that's about it. And I don't blame him. He should be sitting on the fence right now. Jesus Christ. Alright, go watch Bone Clinks. I don't want to take viewers or anything. Maybe I'll come on another time. I just figured I'd go on to discuss what's going on, give my opinion, and say that I'm going to be working on a video soon for it. I'm just not sure the angle yet. Alright, guys. Love you very much. Thanks for all the support. I'll see you in the next video.